What's up, guys? Will Ferris, 318 Real Outdoors. Just pulled into the driveway, got done fishing today. We were out there for about 3 hours, I guess. I think I finally loaded up about 4:45, 5 o'clock. Fishing did not go well. Talked to some people, some other boaters out there pre-fishing for the championship, and it didn't go well for them either. All in all today, I got 2 bites. I lost both of those fish in some really thick pads. And I could only find them in pads that were close to the main river. If I got off in backwater or what have you, I wasn't getting any bites, wasn't seeing any activity. Once I moved closer out to the deeper water, I started seeing shad popping, I started seeing fish hit, but it was in these thick pads. Of course, I was throwing a 7-foot heavy action, 65-pound braid, trying to horse them out of there. And I made a few hookups, but they wound up twisting me up on the pads and coming off. It was a little bit difficult day, but I only had 2 bites. Didn't get the first fish in the boat, didn't even get to look at it and see how big they were. One of them felt like a good fish, but I can't say for sure. Talked to several guys out there who are getting ready for the tournament, and they're having a hard time. One thing I did notice with all the boats on the river right now, coming in and out of these pockets, in and out of these jetties, the water is not as clear as it was 4 days ago. It's really turned up. It's churned up. It's got a little bit darker color to it. The sun was shining as bright as could be, so I don't look for the weather characteristics to change much. It just might be one of those things. Those fish are suspended on some deep flats or what have you, and it's just it's tough fishing right now. But so far today, we went out, we learned what not to do. Like I said, I got 2 bites right there at the very end. Pitched around some more, and it didn't feel like I was really on the fish. It felt like I was school bus fishing, pick one up here, pick one up there, except for I wasn't picking any up, I was just getting bit. But good sign nonetheless that I was getting bit, so that gives us something to go off of the next time we go out there, and hopefully use that information and see if we can't make a few more hookups. I definitely feel like it'll be a really good early morning spot or a real late evening spot. It's just 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't think was a great place to be at that time, but that's what we're all about. We're trying to learn how to catch fish in the hardest conditions possible. You hear people say all the time, "Oh, the fish aren't biting. Oh, the fish are biting." My mentality is, I don't care if the fish are biting or not. I don't care if they're hungry. I don't care if it's the prime conditions. I want to be able to learn how to catch those fish and during the worst time of the day in the worst conditions possible. Because if I can catch them then I can catch them while it's good. During the spawn, that's everybody's favorite time to go fishing, is either pre-spawn, spawn, or post-spawn. Yes, you catch a lot of good fish. But when those fish start transitioning into post-spawn, into almost their summer patterns, you can almost tell at the boat ramps, the amount of people who keep fishing decrease so much, because that's when fishing starts getting a little bit tougher, is during that post-spawn period when the fish aren't really biting. I'm going to use that term loosely. Everybody's worried about what the fish are biting on, what color the fish are biting on. In my opinion, 9 times out of 10, presentation is what's going to get you hooked up. 2% of the time you should be worried about color. I'm looking for a reaction bite. I'm looking for that fish he's just laying around. He don't care to eat nothing. He's not interested in anything. I want to put something in front of him that he's going to react to. I want to be able to catch those fish no matter what. Whether they're hungry, they're feeding, they're not, they're lazy, they're chilling, whatever the matter is, whatever the case is, whatever the condition is, I want that fish to bite at that bait. Whether it's out of aggression, out of reaction, whatever it is. I could care less if he's hungry. So today I could tell was definitely reaction. I was throwing a creature bait on a 1/2 ounce weight. Those pads were coming up from the main channel into about 5 foot of water. So that creature bait was really zooming through those pads. And I had a feeling those fish were suspended underneath those pads. I even tried a little bit top water in those pads, couldn't get anything to happen. I tried a swim bait in those pads, couldn't get nothing to happen. But as soon as I started pitching a creature bait into those pads and it's shooting down through there, that's when I started getting my strikes. That's when I started getting my hits. So it was definitely a reaction bite that I was getting. If it was a feed bite, I feel like, you know, if I was bringing a swim bait through there that looked just like a shad, something that they are eating on, especially on the river, great big shad coming through those pads, if they were hungry and they were on the bite, then he would have absolutely smoked that swim bait. So that told me a lot right there, is when they didn't hit that swim bait at various depths. On top of the water, I had it flickering through the pads. I'd let it sink a little bit, I'd drag it, I fished it off the bottom. Could not get hit on that thing any way I fished it, but as soon as I switched to pitching that creature bait, I got 2 strikes. Like I said, I hooked up with them, just could not get them in the boat. They broke me off in the pads. Well, they didn't break me off, but they come off. So anyways, lesson learned. You don't always have to catch fish in order to learn what you need to do. Sometimes catching fish, you learn a whole lot more not catching fish than you do catching fish. Anyways, that was the closing of my day. Didn't get any footage with the hookups. Like I said, it was just me in the boat today. So I didn't get any film of me hooking up with the fish or anything like that. Of course, no fish got in the boat, so there was no need to really break out the camera. But I wanted to do a little end video today and share with you guys how my day went on the water, what I experienced, the information I got from other boaters, and I just wanted to give y'all some information on what went on. Maybe you're experiencing the same thing. You know, maybe you had the same kind of day. You know, maybe you're here in Louisiana. Maybe you're fishing the Red River just like I am, and you're having a hard time figuring them out too. But anyways, we're going to keep at it, guys. I'm going to go back this weekend. I'm going to hit them early Saturday morning, and we're going to see if maybe we can get some hookups, get some fish in the boat. My buddy Austin should be with me, so we should get some good film. Y'all just check back on this YouTube channel. Again, 318 Real Outdoors. And guys, just subscribe to our video. Keep watching our videos, and like I said, the quality is going to do nothing but get better and better. We're already starting to invest in some cameras, some GoPros, things like that. So we're going to have different angle shots. We're going to get into some video editing. So things are going to get really interesting here in the future. Y'all stick with us, subscribe to the channel, watch what we put up. If anything, just to watch us, maybe learn something about it. If you want to go fish an area and you're local, you can check our videos to see if we've been there and maybe get a little intel before you go out. Again, Will Ferris, 318 Real Outdoors. We'll see you out there.